If you feel like you have to push everything forward and over the line yourself, this video is for you. Because when a team stops taking initiative, it's usually not a people problem, but a system problem. So in this video, I'm going to share common causes of why people in teams don't take initiative and the practical fixes you can start implementing this week. So first, let's start with 4 common reasons people don't take initiative. Now, the first one is fear, but it's not quite in the way you may think. Fear is something that holds many of us back. Fear of failure, fear of blame, fear of letting people down. And these are all common fears. But if people are feeling like this, it's often the workplace that has let them down. Ask yourself this: when people in teams have made mistakes, have they been criticized? Have they been blamed? Have they been made to feel bad? Has the response been encouraging? How a company reacts to mistakes is essential, because if people feel that their company aren't behind them and their team and their managers aren't behind them, they're less likely to take risks and use initiative to help progress the business further. And we'll come on to ways to improve this later. But the second reason people don't take initiative is lack of clarity. Sometimes people are just not clear with their tasks. It hasn't been specified that they can lead and make decisions around particular things. Let me give you an example. I had a colleague working on the Love and Life social media Instagram page, something I don't use that often. And I assumed I gave them clear instructions that they had the creative freedom to make posts. My words were, manage the Instagram, do your thing. But this colleague kept sending me the posts and asking for permission. And I would very politely review them and say, yeah, this looks good, please post it. Until it got to a point where I said, you don't have to send them for review. You can just post them. I trust you. This colleague of mine didn't feel empowered enough to just go ahead and do it because I didn't provide clarity that they could. Now, it might seem like common sense. You're managing the social media, go ahead and post it. But often individuals need clarity to be sure that they can get on with the things that move the business forward. And if things aren't clear, the safest option is to not risk it, which results in people not taking initiative. 3. In many teams, there are often too many shared tasks. That means there's unclear decision rights. If multiple people are working on the same thing, who is responsible for what? So the third common reason people don't take initiative is because ownership is not clear. If teams aren't clear who is responsible for what and who is taking the lead on what, then how can they be expected to use their initiative? People need to be given clear roles and clear guidance so they feel safe to do so. 4. Now, sometimes when it comes to initiatives, managers and leaders shoot themselves in the foot. If you're a leader and a manager and you're constantly just fixing the work and doing it yourself, you're not giving teams and people opportunities to learn and progress. How do you expect team members to learn if you're the one doing the work? Now, I appreciate that sometimes it's easier to just do it yourself, and sometimes it's quicker to just do it yourself in the short term. But in the long term, helping a team member learn a process can give them initiative for the future and teach them a new skill. Now, these are just some of the common reasons teams don't take initiative. So let's look at 5 steps to helping your team use their initiative. Now, I mentioned fear is a big reason teams don't use their initiative. So what do we need to do to help them? Well, we need to remove the fear. So how do we do this? How can we remove the fear to help them take action? Well, firstly, give team members the opportunity to make mistakes and learn from their mistakes. Empower them that these decisions are theirs. Reassure them that if they make mistakes, it's an opportunity to learn and grow. Now, of course, I appreciate this may not be possible for all tasks, but then that brings me on to the second point, which we'll come on to in a moment. Because when people feel empowered and reassured that they're not going to get in trouble or be blamed or be accused of letting the side down if they make a mistake, they feel more empowered to take action. Now, if you're new here, at Love and Life, we help companies support the health, well-being, performance, and culture of their teams. And I have a fantastic Embracing Empowerment workshop that helps teams embrace initiative, take action so that they can better support their workplace. race. And if you're a forward-thinking organization that want to help support their teams and invest in supporting their teams, head to the link in the description box and get in touch and see how we can work together. Now, the second way to increase initiative among teams is to create clarity. I mentioned my example earlier with the social media manager, and my mistake was not providing clarity. So create clarity among your teams. Be specific. Be ultra clear on what people can do and can't do. If they know they have permission and creative freedom to do certain things, then they're more likely to do it. If they don't know and it's not clear, the safest option is to not do it. And this brings me nicely on to the next point, because people need to be given ownership over tasks. And when people are given ownership over tasks, they're more proud in their work. If you're tasked to do a specific thing and you know that the responsibility is on you to do that specific thing and you're given ownership of that task, you're more likely to do it to the best of your ability. And that's the same for teams. When individuals are given ownership, they want to do a good job. So if you want people to take initiative, give them clear ownership to deliver on the results that you're asking them to. And alongside this, give clear boundaries, what they can and can't do. The boundaries need to be clear. If they're not allowed to do something, that needs to be clear. Of course, you don't want your team going out spending thousands or tens of thousands of pounds without senior leader permission, but their task may involve spend. So give them a boundary. Right, you've got a £500 budget for this. You've got a £1,000 budget for this. Make it clear. Make boundaries clear and specific. And lastly, to implement this properly, to ensure team members stay consistent with using their initiative, you need to reinforce these messages regularly. Help them reduce their fear by providing psychologically safe work environments. Consistently remind them, if you make a mistake, it's okay, I support you. Just make sure that you learn from it. The messages we've discussed in this video need to be reinforced regularly, ultimately empowering team members, which then results in them using their initiative more. Now, when teams start to use their initiative more, they often become busier. But when teams are busier, it comes with challenges. So, for simple and effective methods for your team to prioritize more effectively and efficiently when they get busier, you need to watch this video right here. But remember, a happy workforce is a productive workforce.